The hill, the hill, the hill. Coming up that hill will slow you down, but you gotta pick back up. Pick back up. Work those calves, work those thighs, work those hips, and pick back up. Watch the legs move. Look at the legs move, and check out the disclaimer on the description. In the description of the channel, always contact your primary healthcare provider. Okay? Before starting, restarting, changing, ending any exercise plan, regimen, routine, or schedule. Over here in Lions Pride, we do not professionally, medically, clinically assess, diagnose, treat, evaluate, or prescribe. All right? Always talk with your healthcare team about all that. We drop nuggets. We drop nuggets. Hopefully those nuggets will become diamonds for you. Here comes my friend, y'all. If you catch this replay, you know who this is. Had to talk to the little pup. Okay, I see the pecans on the tree. I see the pecans on the tree. It's fall. It's fall, you guys. The pecan trees, they're green right now. They are green right now. They'll be good maybe by the end of the month, maybe. So the pecans are on the trees. Listen, I told you guys last year, if you like nuts, especially if you like pecans, find you a few pecan trees so that you don't have to buy them out of the grocery store and save that money. Save that money. If they're in somebody's yard now, ask for permission before picking them. But like if you're at a park or something like that and they happen to have pecan trees, take you a bag and pick pecans and use those pecans, pecans. Some people say pecan, some people say pecan. Tomato, pecan. pecan. Okay? Tomato, tomato, pecan, pecan. So whichever one you call it, you know what I'm talking about. They grow on trees. They grow on trees. Hey, Betty. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Betty, Retirement Days, Comfort Foods, and more. How are you today, Betty? Oh, Betty, I bet you make good pecan pies. Do you make pecan pies? I bet you do. Listen, you guys, the pecans are on the trees now. They're green, but I just passed a tree that is plentiful. It has many, many pecans on it. Many, many pecans, thousands. And it probably had like a couple of hundred on one or two branches. So if you are a pecan lover and you like to make, or pecan, however you say it, if in your area you may say pecan or you may say pecan, however you say it. Y'all know what I'm talking about, okay? All right, those expensive nuts. Pecans are expensive. They're expensive. Really? He doesn't like, so does he not like pecans, or does he not like pecan pie? Pecan pie. Because sometimes people will eat the ingredient, but they won't eat the pie. Like I know someone who loves peaches, but they don't like peach pie, peach cobbler. They don't like it. So the holidays are coming up. These pecans will be ripe, just in time to pick. It's harvest time. Just in time to pick. Pick you a few bags. Eat them. You can put some cinnamon and sugar on them, some honey, some molasses or something. Put them in the oven for a few minutes. You can use them to bake some pecan pies. So, or you can use them for decoration. You know, like when you make a fruit bowl. That's when most of my family, we love to make fruit bowls around the holidays. You know, I have some family that they have a fruit bowl every day. But a lot of people, especially my grandparents, my great-grandparents, when it got cold, whenever fall and winter rolled around, they would make sure to have apples, oranges, bananas, and nuts in a bowl. So that was really convenient, especially as a kid. You come home from school and they're not done cooking yet, they're not finished. Grab you an apple, an orange, or some nuts. So again, pecans are very expensive. Most nuts are expensive. I really don't know any nuts that aren't expensive. Maybe sunflower seeds, but those are seeds. So, but most nuts are expensive, and pecans are very, very expensive. So that is a good thing to do to save a few bucks. If you can find a tree, pick you a few up. And let me tell you, people will buy them from you too. So it's a nice way to make a little extra cash. Use them to make some pies, or use them to just sell them for yourself to make a little extra money. Oh, he won't eat any nuts. I got you. They're nice for like, it's about to be that time when we're having these little fall get-togethers. For those who participate in the potlucks at work, I know a lot of people don't do that. For me, it depends on where I'm working at the time and who I'm working with. Because everybody doesn't, everybody's not tidy in the kitchen, okay? Everyone is not as clean as you would like them to be. So you have to be careful when you're eating and you're talking about indulging in potlucks. And it's not to say anything negative about anybody, but people are just different. Some people are very meticulous. They're very, very, very clean. And some people aren't. Some people, they may lick off the spoon and put it back in. That's just how it is. It is how it is. And that's not calling them nasty, but some people don't just take into account that when you're cooking for more than yourself, you have to be very meticulous about the way you cook and the way you use your utensils, okay? No licking off the spoon and dipping it back in the cookie mix or the cake mix or the pie or whatever it is that you're cooking or baking. All right. Happy Tuesday, Georgia girl. Happy Tuesday. So yes, you guys, I love pecans. And so pecans are, like I said, they're very expensive. So if you have a pecan tree in your yard or your neighbors do, and you like pecans or pecans, like I said, some people say pecans, some people say pecans. It's kind of like a tomato kind of thing, I guess. But whichever one you say, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you like them and there's a tree in your yard or your neighbor's yard, get out there and pick them, y'all, because they're expensive in the grocery store. Go in the grocery store and try and buy a 5-pound bag of pecans. See how much they cost you. They're expensive. They've always been expensive. Hey, Larry. Where Larry at? Hey, Lunch Pride. Even though I'm about to doze off, I'm still tuned in. Oh, Larry, thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you and Betty and Georgia girl for coming to the chat. You know, y'all, it's getting darker earlier, right? But the thing about it, too, is that it gets darker earlier and quicker. Like once it starts to get dark, like in the summertime, it'll be first dark for a while and then it actually gets dark. In the wintertime, it's first dark and like 20 minutes later, it's almost completely dark. Georgia girl says, hey Larry. It's almost completely dark. So, you know, at nighttime, I have to wear my hat with my lights, my reflectors. And I call them my highlighter clothes, right? I have to wear my highlight clothes. In the summer, I mean, not in the summertime, but in the fall when it starts to get dark so early. See, in the summertime, it's first dark. And you can, you can still walk outside and for about a good hour. Like it takes about almost like a good 45 minutes or so to an hour maybe to get completely dark. But in the fall, when it starts to get dark, probably like within 20 minutes it's dark. It's completely dark. Yeah, Georgia girl, that time is changing. And it's like it's getting dark earlier and it gets dark quicker. Yep, it's getting dark earlier and it gets dark quicker. Yep, November, I think the first weekend, the first Saturday/Sunday in November. I remember when it used to be October. It would be half and half. We would spring forward in April, or maybe at the end of March, kind of like the beginning of April, and then we would fall back at the beginning of October. It was like 6 months, but you know, they changed it. Now it's been years. They changed it, so we really get like early nights only for like 4 months. November, December, January, February, March. Yeah, for 4 months, and then we spring forward again. Thank you, George girl. I appreciate you. Yeah, I definitely try to stick to just 30 minutes when it's getting dark. Cause listen, you got raccoons, you got opossums, you got armadillos, you got all kind of stuff out here at night. Cats, dogs. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Listen, like I always say over here, I like a chat that's like kind of, because it ain't always small over there now. Sometimes you be Georgia girl, they be coming through and that chat be moving. But like when the chat is like kind of, because you get to really talk to people. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times people have like like hundreds, 200 in the chat, and sometimes people are saying some stuff that gets missed, and that's good. You know, that's good to have a lot of people in there. And it probably, I'm sure it helps with their watch hours and stuff. But if I was on here to like maybe trying to have a career or something, then I would really, really, really want that. But I love having a smaller chat, a small to medium chat, because then we get to talk to each other and, you know, just be a little bit more, I won't say more open because we're still on YouTube, but we get to know each other. We get more familiar with each other that way. Yeah, sometimes, every now and again, they come through here and it's like 40 of them in there. I don't know if it's just YouTube decides to push you out sometimes like that, because it'd be like half of them I know and half of them I won't know. And sometimes I got another channel and some people are starting to find this channel. So they won't say anything, but they'll come through. And then, you know, I used to do gaming. Well, my family used to do gaming on here. So every now and again, I still have like a couple of young people that'll come through. they'll come through. So it's certain days, every now and again, they'll just push you out there. And if you're a smaller, if you usually have a small live or a small chat, and next thing you know, you got like 30, 40, 20, even 20 can be a lot when you used to have like maybe 10, 15 or something like that. So sometimes they'll push you out. But I realize that it's good to have 2 or 3 channels to do different things, and to, communicate with different, like maybe different subtype of people. Well, I won't not say subtype, different types of people with subtype subjects. I'll say that, subtype subjects. And I usually, y'all know I walk every day, but on here I typically try to do every day, but usually 5 days. And I have started taking more advantage of just missing a day or two, especially on the weekends, because I've been realizing, but sometimes you just need that break. Like I just go on my walk. Of course, I exercise in the mornings anyway, so I've already did the treadmill or the elliptical on my bike. So I really don't have to walk, but I choose to walk because it's just better to walk, to be moving, and it helps with your channel, even if it doesn't help but a little bit. So that's why I do my walk and talks on my lives. So, but I just thought about them, like I would come every day unless I had something to do, and I would miss a day or two. But I've just kind of set it to myself to do 5 days and be off on the weekends. And sometimes if I'm really busy during the week, I might take a day off during the week, because you be needing that me time. And when I say me time, a lot of times you want to spend some time to yourself away from people you actually truly know. But sometimes you need that time away from apps, Yes, you got to get your break. Sometimes you need time away from the app, because you can hold these phones in your hand so much, or your tablet in your hand so much. It's kind of like when you were in school. Remember in school, you would hold the pencil, however whether you're left-handed or right-handed, however you hold your pencil, usually you'd have those little calluses on your fingers if you did a lot of writing in school. So that's why for my kids, I always bought those pencil protectors to protect their skins from developing those calluses. So when you hold these phones, that can happen too. A lot of times, you're not even paying attention to the fact that holding these phones, sometimes you look at your hand, especially between your thumb and your forefinger, or however you hold however you hold it. Look at where you hold your phone at the most, and check your skin out from time to time to see if it's getting hard. Yes, your hands cramp up. Yes. Thank you, George Girl. George Girl says, welcome into the live stream, everybody. And thumbs up the stream. Y'all know I don't fuss about that. So please go ahead and do that. Okay? I don't even fuss about it. We mentioned it a couple of times. My mom's mentioned it. And I appreciate them for doing that. So y'all help me out and thumbs up the live. Because I don't be fussing at y'all. Some people be like, thumbs up the live. Thumbs up the live. If you don't thumbs up this live, I ain't talking. If you don't thumbs up this live, I'm not saying another word. We don't do that, right? We don't do that. Because when you do that, guess what happens? When you do that, sometimes you run people off. Sometimes you run people off. Sometimes somebody might just be laying down and chilling, and they may not even be holding their phones like we were just talking about. They may just have the phone lying down beside them on the bed for whatever reason. Maybe they don't like the content. But because sometimes people don't even like you, but they still sitting there watching your live. They're watching your live, they don't like you, but they're watching your live so they can kind of steal ideas from you. So they're not gonna give you a thumbs up. So you don't want to run the people off who might give you a thumbs up before they leave. Some people watching, they give you a thumbs up before they leave. And some people just don't like it when people talk to them like that, right? So I just figured, listen, it's a lot of ways to support. The thumb is not the only way. If you are here watching for a few seconds, a few minutes, the beginning, the middle, the end, or any portion of this live, you have shown some support because you've given me a view. So I appreciate you just as much as I appreciate a thumbs up, okay? I appreciate you just as much as I appreciate a thumbs up. If you like it, or some people comment, and because I've heard people say, I comment, but for some reason they just don't do it. People are people, right? We're all different. Well, guess what? If they left a comment, they gave you a view and they left a comment. So they supported you in two ways. They didn't have to thumbs it up. Some people don't leave a comment. They'll watch you for a few seconds, long enough to give you a thumbs up. So appreciate it all, okay? Appreciate it all as long as it's positive. Appreciate it all as long as it's positive. So I just learned to appreciate it all, because you will have people who say they watch you and you never ever see them. And you kind of cool with them. Cool, like YouTube cool. Because I ain't cool with nobody that I don't actually know. You know what I'm saying? But like YouTube cool. They say they watch you, but they never say hello. So how do you know that they're watching? You know what I'm saying? How do you know if they never say anything? Like, they never say anything. So there's no way to know. So I just learned to support those who I see. You know, support those that I see. If I don't see you, then I don't need to be over there supporting you. If you say that you're watching me, that's cool. If you watch my list, if you watch the playlist to help people out, you can at least say, hey. I mean, YouTube teaches you that, to at least just say hi. And they sometimes make it easy for you. They'll leave the comments, pre-made comments, preset comments. All you gotta do is tap on it and say thanks. Yes, George Gray, appreciate it all. Right, appreciate it all. You know, and there's nothing wrong with saying what you won't do. Like I said, I won't fuss about the thumbs, but I also won't continue to keep coming to see somebody who never comes to see me. Or their thing is, I'm in the bushes all the time. But you have a channel, right? And so you would like for people to, it doesn't have to be a lot of people, but if it's people that you go say hello in their chat, you want them to say hello in your chat. If you got time enough to see that that person is live, you don't have to do it. Like a lot of times, like today in Georgia Girl's chat, I was there early, and the rest of the time I was letting her play. So I was hearing the conversation, and then I would come back in and leave, comment. Because there was nothing else on. I don't be wanting to see drama all the time. And she's a wellness channel. So y'all please check out Georgia Girl Every Woman Wellness and more. Retirement Days, Comfort Foods, and more. You know, you get some good ideas about food from both of them. From Georgia Girl, you get some stuff about health. She tells you about her journey. Betty talks about her food, but she talks sometimes about other things going on with her in her lives or her videos. So please check my moderators out. I would appreciate it. I don't really do like sub for sub and stuff like that, because now even YouTube will say, like I was talking about those pre-made comments, they'll say something like, connected. They'll even do it. But for some reason, they don't like it a lot when you just kind of do that. And I won't even say that they don't like it, but if you're going to do that, you got to be genuine. Because if they see that you're making those connections, but you never at least just say hi or like somebody's stuff or watch it, that's why you end up being unsubscribed from people, and you wonder how it happened and you didn't do it. Because YouTube did it. YouTube did it. Yes, Georgia Girl, drama sells. Drama sells. And now, listen, I be trying to stay away from the drama, but every now and again, people have disagreements, okay? And sometimes people have disagreements, and they leave or they say something, a little bit out the way, and you say something a little bit out the way, and I try to leave it at that. But sometimes people just do some weird and strange things as well. And you try to ignore them as long as you can. But every now and again, you address it. But anybody got time to be doing that every day. So every now and again, you address it. And sometimes you start learning how to deal with it in a way that doesn't bother you so much, doesn't get your blood pressure up. Start to laugh at it. Laugh at it. Because they know what they're doing, and you know that you're right. But when you get your blood pressure up, it lets other people look for more drama. Right? The main ones that say they don't like it, they like it. The main ones that say they don't like it, they like it. Until it starts getting too much for them, and then it's like, oh, they're not into it, and yada, 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 yada. Yada, 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 yada. So, and I say that to say, when someone comes in, guys, if there's someone in here that you don't click with, don't let that make you stay out of the chat. See and don't see. See and don't see. There are people you probably worked with before. You still had to go to work, right? You still had to feed your family. And some of those people you had to interact with. So it's not like you could see and don't see. It could be your supervisor. It could be someone who works right next to you in an assembly line. It could be somebody whose desk is next to yours. So you have to work with them, right? So to a degree, you just see and don't see them by not interacting no more than you have to as far as it goes for work, right? You don't have to go out and have dinner with them. You don't have to do all the other little stuff. Even at the Christmas party or at the whatever get together at work, you don't have to associate with them, right? But you don't have to cause chaos with the rest of the employees either. So see and don't see. So if anybody is ever in this chat who you don't click with or don't get along with, just say hello to everybody else. And guess what? The worst case scenario, you guys might start talking, you know? The worst case scenario, you might start talking, because if you're truly an adult and the chat is a positive chat and everybody's having fun, what's the harm in you talking? What's the harm in you talking? You know, we might be talking like Georgia girl was talking about football earlier. We might be talking about football, basketball, any other sport. And you and the person that you don't get along with might happen to have the same team in common. Y'all might like the same team. So everybody in there talking about y'all team, putting y'all team down, next thing you know, y'all end up sticking together. You know? Don't mean y'all gonna become besties or buddies, but at least you break the ice. At least you can be cordial and you don't have to feel uncomfortable in the chat. So my thing is, whether you break the ice or not, you don't have to feel uncomfortable if somebody's in the chat that you don't click with, because you can see and don't see. And everybody and everything will be peaceful. Don't let the drama sail. Like Georgia says, the drama sails. The drama, the exciting stuff that's going on in the world. And then the thing about that, the stuff that's going on in the world, you got to worry about these old trolls coming in, or people who don't agree with you, who've never even been in your chat before, coming in trying to tell you how wrong you are, or maybe how right you are. But then the next live, they may tell you you're wrong about something. Those people don't even know anything about you. They don't even know anything about you. So I'm about to get off, y'all, because I got family up the street looking down here. And I told them don't ride down here and pick me up, because I will. They see me, and they see my hat, and I got a cousin that's down the street the other way on his bike. So he's riding his bike for exercise. I'm walking, and everybody else is just kind of like outside. They're kind of outside. But listen, even if you know your area, even if you're familiar with your area, always keep your head on a swivel when you're outside exercising. Whether you're outside exercising, like walking, jogging, running, biking, skipping, you know, no matter what you're doing. Here comes another little lady. She has her flashlight. Okay, it is Georgia girl, and I'm about to go in. I see another little lady, one of the people that walks. She doesn't walk with me, but we walk along with each other. She has her flashlight. She has her dog. And I'm like, that's the kind of stuff you have to do. You know, if you have a dog, take your dog with you. On your cap, wear the reflector lights. If you're on your bike, make sure that your bike has reflectors. Wear your fluorescent, is it fluorescent? Your fluorescent clothing. Like, you know, I call them highlighter clothes. Like Robert Lawrence comes in here and he tells me, make sure I'm wearing my highlighter clothes, okay? Like your bright pinks, your bright yellows, and things like that. And so I have on a dark shirt. So today, I'm gonna just go ahead and take it in, because even if I have somebody out here watching, you know, there are cars out here too. So you gotta make sure that the cars are able to see you. So I have my light on my cap, but I have on, and I have on bright shorts, but I have on a dark shirt. So I'm gonna go ahead and go in, because it's been 30 minutes. And as long as we get 30 minutes, I think we've done good, right? Yes, those light color clothes. Yes, when you're walking. So I'm about to get in, y'all. Y'all know we're gonna go over a few of the R words, all right? And of course, we're gonna go over that word, SELF, self, self-love, self-motivation, self-dedication, self-determination, self-esteem, self-love, self-control, self-worth, right? Self-acknowledgement, acknowledge yourself. Self-evaluation, evaluate yourself and the things that you do. See what you want, see how you can make yourself better, right? And so we always want to do what? Rest, Not just on the weekends, every day. Rest, relax, relate to the things that you can. What you can't relate to, leave it to God because he knows about it anyway, right? Resolve the things that you can. The things that you can't resolve, give it to God because he knows about it anyway, right? Remember who you were, who you are, and who you would like to be. All right? All right? Respect. Make sure that you are respected and make sure that you give respect. Never hang around people who disrespect you, okay? All right? Replenish, restore, refill. Do you look at the cup as half empty or half full? Whatever it is, it's half, right? It's half there and it's half gone. So replenish, repour, restore, refill, okay? All right? And when you're exercising, try to just get those endorphins up. Those are those feel-good hormones, those endorphins, okay? You want to get those stimulated, all right? And it won't probably remove your problems that you have or the things that you're thinking about, but it can make your body feel good because it's not just about your physical, right? Your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, because it's about the heart, mind, body, and soul, okay? All right. Good night, Georgia girl. Thank you for being here. I'm about to take it in. I'm about to cross over this street and cross another street. And we're going to in there get a shower. And we're going to chill out. So y'all have a wonderful Wednesday. It is Wednesday already. Okay. It is almost Monday is September 30th, y'all. September 30th. So we are officially in the fall season. This 30th is coming up on Monday. And it's still hot. So y'all stay cool. All right. Stay refreshed. Stay hydrated. Okay. Stay well nourished. Stay well nourished. All around, stay well nourished. And I will see you guys. Remember, peace, positivity, and prosperity. Because without peace, there's chaos. Without positivity, there's negativity. And wherever chaos and negativity live together, roam together, dance together, play together, it could cause you to fail to prosper. And I want it to prosper. I want you all to prosper to our fullest potential. Okay? Peace, positivity, and prosperity. So we can walk patiently, peacefully, and purposefully into our purpose and prosper. Bye, y'all.